wrestling bros. Jake and Cody calling it raw, into somewhere breaking the wall. Eclipse a suplex, dreams and chair shot screams. Fans in the chat throwing wild extremes. Jake's got crutches but his spirit won't bow. Cody laughs, Jake wipes his brow.
Jake on the mic, Liz in the chair. In the somewhere, we taking you there. Ayy, Dynamite, Liz make the trip. Kimmy walk wrong flies like she wet too crep. Betty King stunt handshake, real as it gets. Moxley's theme still time to reset. Chance in the crowd, the pyro ignite. Liz caught the spark, yeah she lived that night. In the somewhere, we taking the dive. AEW talk, YouTube live. Jake and Liz, we bringing the flair. Catch us every week, we're going somewhere. Liz saw the ropes, the slams, the heat. Mox needs a track with a wilder beat. Violence, grit, he deserves a sound that hits like a forearm, taking them down. Post-show glow, Eddie's dap was gold. Stories we tell, worth their weight in bold. Jake got the questions, Liz got the tales. Into somewhere where the passion prevails. Who's next in line? Who's stealing the show? Who's got the belt and who's gotta go?
Oh yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. What's going on, ladies and gents? Jake, aka Countdown Ended, here on Turkey Day for the Turkey Showdown. That's right, or Turkey Takedown. It's gone through some different, iterations, but regardless, it's Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for Joe Hendry, but I'm also thankful for this lovely person right here, the one, the only. Let's give it up for Liz.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
How are
we
you
doing?
today? Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope everybody's getting lots of turkey, or eating
Absolutely.
lots of turkey later, or eating lots of turkey later, whichever you are doing.
Yeah, you better be feasting regardless.
Oh yeah.
No, it's
yeah.
it's so far nice weather. It seems, everybody's having a nice day, thankfully. So I'm
It's a little chilly here. It's getting a little cooler outside out here finally. So
I'll take cool
Yeah.
over any other forecast, because next week we're looking at snow already.
Ew.
I hate saying that.
Ew.
It feels like that should be the ultimate
Ew.
bad words. Just can't say it.
Yeah, no snow. It's supposed to be. We're supposed to get some rain here next week, but no snow.
Anything
Thank
even
God.
snow adjacent, like blizz. or you know, you just got to be, you know, you can't even say
Yeah.
so yeah, we'll figure it out.
I tell you, it was yeah, it was a little chilly in Nashville last night, that's for sure, because that wind was cold.
Yeah, you guys had quite the Christmas atmosphere, and you were
Oh,
way
well,
into the
first of all,
arena. So
we got up there, and it was like the weather was actually it wasn't that cold, but that night as we left, when we left the hotel to go to walk to the venue, it was like that wind was cold.
yeah, I believe it. It seemed like it was a going to be a frigid night. You know,
Oh
definitely.
yeah. Yeah, it was cold, and then of course we got there, and the line with the line was the line to get in was crazy. It wrapped around the building to get in. I was like, oh my gosh, this many people. I was like, this is a lot of people.
Yeah, they packed you guys in there last night. I was looking for numbers. I had seen that basically they were at a sellout,
Oh,
but
I didn't see too many empty seats in the house,
no, not
especially
at all.
where the floor was completely full. I don't know about the upper deck. I didn't you know I couldn't see all the way up there.
Yeah.
So
This place is very, very cool with how it's laid out to begin with. We'll show the audience here.
yeah,
This is the Pinnacle in Nashville, Tennessee.
yeah, it's a very interesting little venue. It's only been open since like February of this year. So it's basically almost brand new.
Yeah, a lot of it looked, I don't want to say complete state of the art, but it looked, here's the thing, a lot of clubs and places have existed for so long that they all have this like samey look to them. And this
Mhm.
one stood out, like the high iron fences to stop the upper
Oh yeah.
level, and the
Mhm.
way they had it set up, where like you could go to the edge and then you could see all the people on that level, and then another level up, there was more. So you were
Yeah.
encompassed by fans, and it was like a noise wall. So you guys had this really raucously loud effect as well.
Oh, it got loud in there, especially when Samoa Joe came out and the boos were like
They were
ridiculous. I was
raining
like,
down
"Yep.
heavy on that one. My
Oh
goodness.
yeah, yeah." And of course when Don Callis came out, yeah, that was another one. So
People knew right then and there what their job was, and that was to boo that
well, it's kind
man.
of funny because each side because I was sitting on the floor and on the left side there was a bar on the left side and there was a bar on the right hand side, and they did like they were doing alcohol. They had alcohol and they had just regular drinks and
Yeah.
alcohol. And then they had the only food they were serving was popcorn. I was like, where the heck is the rest of the food?
Right? Yeah. You got to find it somewhere. There's got to be something else to eat here.
Luckily I ate before I went over to the venue, so
Yeah.
I didn't get hungry. But I was just kind of like, imagine if you were wanting to eat in the venue. There's no food there except popcorn.
Yeah, exactly. So you're kind of stuck there, no doubt about it. We got some great footage from you as well that we'll get into as we continue down the
Oh
rabbit
yes,
hole. But right away, I want to say
the crazy footage.
yes.
And the seat. I didn't realize how close those seats were until we got there. I was like, oh, we're this close. Okay.
Yeah, this was, I mean, you guys were right behind Tony. I definitely saw you on TV
Yeah,
a few
we're literally
times.
right behind Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, I could see the hat and everything. I could see you guys right, you know, over it, right
Yeah,
behind Tony.
and then Goofy, and then of course when Don Callis was sitting beside Tony, we were behind Don Callis's bald head.
Yeah, exactly. So I know we have that popping up around as well. We'll go to this here so people could see it in the corner better. But yeah, you had some great photos that you sent us. Thank you so much again for being our woman on the inside.
Oh yeah, no problem.
It was actually
and of course
a
I got
really hot
friends who are like,
opening.
oh yeah, I wasn't expecting that match to be first. I was kind of like, oh, we're doing this match first. Okay.
I wish they over advertised this match, because their original match when these two faced off last year in the Continental Classic, it was a sleeper that turned into an all-out favorite. Like, obviously, because of what happened. You know, Kyle Fletcher got a win over Okada. That's when he was just emerging as this
Yep.
newfound character, the heel, and really finding himself.
Mhm.
He has advanced in the last year. He's someone that I can say has done things. He has
Oh, he
certainly.
was totally. The crowd was totally on his. Well, the crowd was kind of 50-50. They were cheering for both people. So it was like,
Yeah. Like, I've never been a massive Okada fan, but I get why, it's like, but he hasn't yet fully lived up to that Okada level. This match, though, whew,
Oh,
this was great.
this
Like,
match was crazy. I felt sorry for the group for the next match after that because I was like, y'all got to follow that. Good luck.
I don't know how they managed to really do much of anything with that because they were just beating the snot out of each other and, I mean, laying it in as heavy and hard as possible at times. And
Well, I'll tell you, they you could hear it in that venue. The venue is so small. I mean, every chop is like you echoed through the whole place. I was like, yep, I heard that.
every moment, every bit of it, absolutely. And let me go ahead and pull up this first piece of footage here. You guys got to go ahead and work with me because I had them all in here and set up and prepared, and then a restart happened and it crashed XSplit.
There you go.
So
Now you got it.
yeah, so I have to go ahead and adjust things on the fly. But hey, wouldn't be me otherwise, right? So let's go ahead and check out this bit right here. I mean, what great seats. I can't get over that again.
Are you talking about that one or that one? No, this one.
Someone saying fuck Don Callis.
Yeah, that was hurt a lot when it came out.
And this crowd, I give them so much because they fed this match well. Being a small crowd, they really were amplified the right way. Maybe they were mic'd perfectly. It could be the way the arena's situated. Like I said, no, it just a noise amplification instead of a vacuum, but so much, every chop, every suplex.
There was a guy sitting in the front row there in that video. He was vocal all night long. So,
Hey, and that's what it is too. So, yeah, this was a awesome match. I wish I could, I have all caps locks in the chat too. So, but that's awesome, Aslan Gamer. He said he enjoyed the parade. Yeah, I didn't get to catch the parade, but a lot of people said it was good. So, but yeah, what a way to open the show. Kyle Fletcher, Okada. This is the rematch of all rematches because Kyle got the upset essentially last time over Okada. Okada reaches for a handshake at the bell, and they both tried to kick each other like that. Right away, I was like, oh, they're gonna go for it in this match. And they ended up like holding each other's legs there. It was funny, but it was also like, oh, all right, no, you're both heel. Nobody trusts each other. You're both going to try and do devious things and get an upper hand. Let's see where you go with it. So,
they just went back and forth with each other for almost the whole 20 minutes of of course it's a 20-minute time limit, so it was like almost 20-minute long. So
it was 16:45, I think, is what we had around there. So
it was they were outside the ring, inside the ring. I was like, the only thing I don't like about AEW is they don't have video screens, so you can't see what's going on on the outside on one side of the ring because you literally have to stand up.
You got to stand up and lean over. So I don't know why they don't utilize the entrance ramp for that. I guess because it's a small arena and they don't want everyone like focused this way. They want the fans looking at the action on camera. That's probably the desired effect. I think I answered our own question. But it is somewhat limiting.
I could see if it was outside in front of the announce table, I could easily see that. But on the left-hand side.
But like you said, anybody else couldn't see.
On the right-hand side, you can't see anything.
Yeah. You could only see partial left, none right. People couldn't see, only left and none right and none center. Like it depends. If you were over where the entrance ramp is, all you could see is the ring because of the way the elevation was. So you would see that you saw the ring, but you didn't see pretty much any of the outside because the barricade was like level to your eye. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but basically the way you had to sit or stand at an angle, you were pretty much only able to see the ring. So you couldn't see anywhere on the outside. And people were kind of upset about that. But it's like, all right, but you're still there. You're right up close to the pyro. You're probably deaf,
I'll tell you one thing. When they came, I forgot who came out with the fire that shot the fire out on stage. I could feel the heat from where I was sitting. I was like, I feel the heat over here.
Yeah, and you're far enough away, so that was always a great thing, about Kane. Like anytime his pyro went off, you felt it, no matter where you were in the arena, and it had that kind of like aura to it, that effect that stayed with you.
Oh yeah.
That's why I love Pyro. But yeah, these men, Okada was teasing the chop. You know, he goes for it and pulls back, and like just like you're not going to get it yet when you least expect it. But when he finally chopped him, I mean, his chest lit up purple almost immediately. You heard it crack like a thunder whip going off.
Well, I mean, even before the show, before Dynamite started, they did like 2 or 3 Ring of Honor matches, and I'm like, who are these people?
I mean, yeah, we didn't know who was out there. I was trying to look it up. I was like, wait, huh?
Well,
Like,
see, the thing is that Billy Gunn came out with apparently a tag team that he is, I guess, managing or helping out. I don't know who those guys were.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they were part of the ops group that got demolished by Hangman and Swerve.
yeah,
So-
which is odd. Like, where did they keep finding all of these henchmen? Like, I know it's a beyond dead meme now, but like 1-800 henchmen. Like, where are they getting these people? I understand, like, if they all said security, but like, no, they're the ops is like, it's just, I don't know. Why do you need all those people? Aren't you 3 or 4 of you supposed to be super badasses?
The only person I recognized in ROH was Athena when she came out to confront whoever she's going to be fighting or whatever. I'm like, oh
yeah, for the feud that she's in, you know, yeah. We'll get into a little bit more.
And of course, Billy Starks. I know who she is, and Athena. And then of course there was Diamante. I was like, I didn't know she was even still around. So
yeah, let's see. I was trying to find. I had it before the full run of what went down for Ring of Honor.
there was a tag team match and 2 women. It was a women's match, 2 women's matches.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I had it.
Yuka. It was the little Asian Yuka. I can't think of her last name. Yuka Sakamoto or Sakamoru or.
Your guess is as good as mine and probably better. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I was like, first of all, I had to go to the merch table. I didn't know if I was going to go get back in time to watch any of the other stuff, but I did. So
yeah, I mean, basically, and you got to see David Arquette there as well. So that was an awesome.
Yeah,
get.
that was. Yeah, and they're like, David Arquette's there. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like,
so that was a heck of a picture when you said that. I was like, hey, the former WCW champion, you know, great to see him.
Yeah, he wanted to jump the barricade and go after Mark Sterling, who was saying he needs to, you know, go away. He doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. You got the Sisters of Sin taking on the Babes of Wrath.
Oh yes.
That was
the Sisters of Sin and the Babes of Wrath. Yes.
They
had to go after the Okada Fletcher match. I was like,
yeah, they had a few flubs and like the double team splash that got kind of messed up, but they fixed it.
There was another botch in that match. It was Julia who tried to do what was she doing? A flip off the top rope.
It was like a flying forearm or something. And
she did that. She did a flip off the top rope, and I was kind of like,
that one, yes.
I was like, you didn't even hit her.
Yeah, she just kind of went to the outside with that one. I was like,
what she did was she jumped in the air, did a flip, and ended up landing on her feet. And I'm like, you're supposed to land on the person.
Yeah, you're supposed to hurt somebody, but nope. I'm trying to think because I know there was a point in the match too. Oh, that's what it was too. So I felt bad, but basically you had Julia. She goes ahead and right before this, she her and Willow are basically trading back and forth, and then Sky Blue gets a super kick and hits her with a power bomb, and that's when Julia follows up with the moonsault and missed it.
Yeah,
that's the one she was going for, like a jumping moonsault. And that's when I was like, but that was like the third botch that I had. So that's why I was trying to figure out if you meant that one. No, there was another point where she did like a flying forearm and she was trying to like walk the ropes with it, but she missed it entirely. That was not great either. And then they tried. It was about a 12-minute match and it was clunky moments, but nothing ruined the lemonade, you know? We had
it was a great
lemons.
match. I
It
mean,
was delicious lemonade.
I just felt bad for them because they had to go after the Okada and Fletcher banger of a match.
Yeah, it was kind of a death spot in that sense. The crowd was so
And the
hyped.
crowd was kind of out of it because they were all trying to get over the crazy Okada match.
You guys had three factors working against them, really, you being the fans in attendance, because one, you guys couldn't go in till like almost right before showtime. You had a very limited amount of time to get in there, get food, get merch. So, and people didn't want to miss the opening once they found out, oh, it's Okada and Fletcher, like what? So people there.
That's the thing. That's the thing. When we got the thing is when we got they said the doors were going to open at 5:30 and the show was starting at 6:30. So we got over there at like it was a little after 5:30 and they still hadn't opened the dang doors.
Yeah, you guys waited a while.
So we didn't get to wait as long, but once they opened the doors up, the line went pretty quickly. So we were actually in there before 6 o'clock.
Yeah. But the thing is, they said that, you know, a lot of people didn't get the chance to, by the time they got to their seats, they used this match as the let's go get food because we have a 4-hour taping left to sit through. Yes. And unfortunately, I wish they didn't miss this one.
Food or to the bathroom or
I mean, this match should matter because it's a tournament match and it's been built. But I think the problem is that they killed a lot of the buzz and fun about the tournament by one, having them all compete already at Full Gear. So it feels like whoever did that, you know, all right, you won, you get to pick the stipulation, great. And it's like, what feels good about that though? Why do you want a stipulation in your semifinal tournament match? Why would you be fighting to have a stipulation? Like, it doesn't make sense. Why are you adding stipulations at all? That should have been probably the tag title match. They gave a belt away in a gauntlet, you know, a casino gauntlet. I think they, you know, so this tournament is doing good for the women's division. It's getting teams and but I'm just worried that once the tournament is done, we have our new, they're not going to be teams anymore to be faced, no new teams either. And it's just going to be forgotten about like some of the other belts. I hope I'm wrong.
That's why the AEW has too many belts. I mean, and the whole thing is that the Continental Classic is the belt that Okada has, the Continental Classic belt or the unified title that him and Kenny Omega did to unify the belt. It's like, wait, what was the point of that now if you're just going to like, you know, put that belt up on the ground? I don't know.
Yeah, so and the thing is too, it has to be stupidly convoluted because like you said, the belt's on the line. So now with that belt on the line, you have to go ahead and remember Okada's the champ. So if Okada loses, now the belt is no longer unified because he's still the international champion. You know, like
because later on Collision, he's backstage and he has the big Intercontinental belt with him because the other belt is obviously being up for grabs.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what was the point of doing the Kenny Omega Okada match then?
I wish I knew.
I'm sitting there going, huh? What?
I mean, I don't know. Once they said that he was in, I was just as clueless as yours. I was asking everybody what their favorite sides at Thanksgiving dinner is. I love the broccoli and cheddar casserole that my mom used to make, and now I do. Danny loves that too. The sweet potatoes.
Favorite side? Oh God, Thanksgiving favorite side? Oh my goodness, that'd be mac and cheese.
Ooh, Danny just made a so thick mac and cheese. It's gonna need a sledgehammer to eat, but it looks so delicious. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Don't tell me that because I love mac and cheese. I can eat mac and cheese for days.
You're on your way here already. Don't worry, we'll ship you some. If only.
I mean, I'll have mac and cheese Saturday because I'm getting that from. We'll have mac and cheese for Saturday, but still, it's like nothing beats homemade mac and cheese. Though I haven't made homemade mac and cheese in ages.
Right. If we were as rich as Tony Khan, I'd just be like, go put it on the jet and bring it to her. Jeez, you know, like.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, I got to see Tony Khan. Yeah, he came out after Dynamite was over and made his little speech. So. Did
you ask why he put a restraining order against me? No, he didn't get a chance to?
No, I didn't ask him that. I wasn't anywhere near him.
I can't get either. I mean,
Just watching him up on the stage trying to do the strut with Jeff Jarrett was enough. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, he always manages to over embarrass himself, but he's so
Yeah.
well intentioned. That's the thing with Tony. Like you can tell he's just in over his head at times. He's very well meaning, well intentioned, and genuinely cares about the talent and his fans. And he doesn't like confrontation. That's why when something goes awry, he asks somebody else to talk to you, or he ghosts people because he just can't handle it, you know? I kind of get that, you know. I am
Yeah.
infamous for disappearing as well. I get that entirely. So
Yeah,
I see it, but
I was actually surprised we didn't see Kenny. Well, we saw Kenny backstage,
yeah,
but we didn't see him. They didn't come out to the ring or anything
I
like
was
that.
shocked.
We didn't see Jurassic Express either. So I was kind of like, well, okay.
I was really hoping that you would, you know, that we knew that they were there. So I was like, oh, maybe they'll come
Oh,
out for
yeah.
Collision.
That's what I
Okay.
thought when I saw him backstage. I said, oh, well, maybe they'll come out for Collision. I'm like, well, nope. Okay.
Yeah. So the first opening hour was quite hot. I did like I think it was the wrong winner. I think the Sisters of Sin should have won over the Babes of Wrath. I love Harley Cameron, but her and Willow their story can still
Yeah.
continue even if they lose, because they say it. We lose all the time, but the next match is ours. And that's a great attitude, and it works for their team to build up to eventually face the tag champions. But they've booked Sky and Julia pretty strong for the most part with the witchcraft angles thrown in here and there, but especially with Tekla. But now it's like, forget it. So they're gone, and I doubt there's going to be any type of like resurrection match for them to get their aura back or their heat back. It pretty much just kind of, it doesn't always get worse, but it doesn't get better. And that's what I worry about.
Right.
So I think it was the wrong winner there, but overall,
Yeah, I was like, okay, so you're gonna have the Babes of Wrath win, and then you got Tony Storm and Mina versus what's the other team?
Mariah and Megan.
Megan Bain.
Yes,
So
I always forget her name as well. Megan Moxley is what I always say.
or it's Tony Storm called her last night John Moxley's little sister. Or
Yes,
something.
that's what I was. Whatever the lie was, I was like, yep. Now I'm going to call her Megan Moxley from here on out. That's what it's going to be.
I was like, okay, Tony, chill, Tony.
Yes. Speaking of 8 Ball, yeah, you got a really solid first hour. Joe has all the stuff with the ops. This is more sports entertainment.
Joe came out there looking all in his, he came out there with those 2 titles on, and I was like, and then of course the crowd just lets him have it, and whatever. And then you see Swerve and Hangman show up backstage, and I was like, oh God, things are about to get crazy.
Yeah, you knew it right then and there. And that's the thing with Joe.
And then when they played Swerve's music, I was like, where the heck is he?
Yeah.
He comes out literally on the same side as I was sitting, but a couple of sections over, and I could barely see him. I was like, oh, there he is, way over there. I tried to get a video
Way
of it.
over yonder.
I sent you a video of actually where he showed up.
I'm
with the
trying.
chain coming behind the.
Yes,
the
I was actually looking. That's not this match, but hold on. We'll save that for later. Like I said, I had him properly added. That's not it. That's timeless. Let's see if this is the one. It's sideways. Nope, that's not it either. But still great.
Oh, that's Claudio and Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, so that's not what we want. We're going one by one here. We'll find them.
Straight into your living room.
Exactly. But yeah, you got a great video of it, and it's in my file somewhere. Don't worry, it's one of 307. I'll get there. I will find it. I labeled things wonderfully.
All of a sudden, I see Swerve coming out of the corner of my eyes. Like, oh crap, he's right there.
Yeah,
oh, shit.
That was a fun moment.
Hangman, what happens? Hangman comes out on the right hand side. First of all, he takes a drink at the bar, and then he walks out. So
that was a fun move. That was a good way to do that. That actually made it funny. Here we go. I got it. Look at that. It was under not Samoa Joe. I had it under AEW Ops. So. Yeah, so we see them right now, and you see, but you hear his music, but he's not there. Where is he? They don't know. You know, they're trying to find him, and
Everybody's looking the other direction. You can see everybody looking around, like, where is he? Where is he?
where did he go? Where did he
And
disappear
all of a sudden, he
to?
just comes out. He comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, into somewhere, definitely. And he manages to go ahead and, just like you said, right there
he
with the
is. You'll see
chain,
right.
he's working
Wait a
his
minute.
way out,
They
coming
keep
right
playing his
through.
goddamn music.
I know. They had to keep it in, you know?
You can see the bar behind on that one side there.
Yeah, which is like I said, the layout of this place is really cool because it's basically they got you guys in a fish tank, you know, and so the sound is
pretty
just
much. Oh,
coming
yeah,
at
there
you.
you go. You can see
There
him
he
in a
is.
second.
Here he comes.
There he comes. He'll come out
Here
in a second.
comes Swerve
It's hard to
Strickland.
see.
Does he have any
You can
needles
see-
on
yeah,
him?
there he is.
No syringes, right?
No.
We want to be
Just a
safe.
chain.
Just a chain.
Just a
Chains
chain.
allowed. Chains allowed. No cinder blocks.
No cinder blocks this time around. He just slings
I mean,
the
look
guy
at that.
over
He
the
is right there in
barricade.
front of you. That is such a
He's right
great
there.
shot. Look at this. Look at that specimen of a man standing right in front of into somewhere's own Liz. This is great. Oh,
I
I'm
tell you
so
right now,
excited for you.
Swerve has gotten bigger.
Yeah. Oh, he's put on muscle and he looks really happy in the sense of like, you know, he looks rested. You know, like before you could tell he was beat up to all hell. There's Hangman
here we
ready to
go.
go, and here we go. The fight is on, and they're just brawling with each other, no stop.
And of course, Joe
Oh,
and all
taking
them
him
are
down
up-
with the chain.
are up on the ramp. Not doing it. They're just watching.
Joe's got to get
So-
away. You know, he's already got that big gash still on the top of his face. He doesn't want to open that back up and lose any more pints of blood. Full Gear, I think he
true.
lost all but 2 ounces. I mean, oof.
Yeah,
You see
he
them?
was pretty. Full Gear. He was pretty bloody. I was like, okay.
Staple gun to both men's head. Look at that.
Oh yeah, you could hear that really good in that venue. That staple gun when he stapled
yeah.
those guys. I was like, ouch.
We'll hit the volume up in a second. We'll see how it goes. Ready? Here comes the staple gun. Oh, yeah, you hear it.
Yeah.
You hear the click. That's great. Oh, crowd going nuts. Oh, he's got him up.
The thing is, I was watching his
Play.
interview. He did an interview with Chris Van Vliet the other day. Apparently that staple in his tongue was legit real.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can't fake that. There's no way to fake that. Hold on. I'm sorry. Look at the way this extra took this spot out of the ring.
I know, right?
Oh, what did you do? If you just let go, you would have come down so easy. Instead, he slams his own tailbone into the apron about as hard as you can because he doesn't let go of the damn
right?
ropes here. Look at boom, and then he goes the rest of the
I
way
was like,
down.
good grief, dude.
Ow. You even hear the crowd noticeably, like wince in pain when he does this. Here we go. I mean, he gets him right up. He's the perfect amount away. He's going to go, I get to bring back, yet again. Oh, that was brutal. I love it. But these guys working together, just clearing house. Look at this, doubling up. Bam. Beautiful.
Boom.
What a power bomb. Looking good. Crowd goes crazy. Yeah. Love it. Such a freaking good moment. So you guys were off.
That was crazy. I was like, as soon as I showed up, I was like, uh-oh, things are about to get crazy.
I've not been high on Dynamite. I think that though it was a mess of Full Gear and the story that they told, and I'm glad Joe is champion. Hangman's better chasing. Him and Swerve together is a great thing. I'm tired of the Moxley stuff, so the first hour not dealing with him, I appreciated. Okada, I'm not
thank
the
God.
biggest
I didn't
fan
have
of.
to listen to Death Rider music for
You
1
got
hour.
a
the whole
small
goddamn
break.
show.
Small break. I was going to tease you and have it just playing in the background constantly, but you heard it enough. And then we've got. So I'm big on Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher is someone I really enjoy. He's like the LA Knight of AEW for me. You know what I mean? And that kind of like. He can do no wrong. I just want to see him succeed. Everything seems to be in the right direction, but he just can't quite ascend. Yeah. That's the problem. So Fletcher's moving up, and I like to see it. I have, high hopes for that kid because he's still young. Even with the women's match and all that, this first hour was great. And then I felt like the show tried to fall off a cliff a bit.
It
And
tried, but it didn't do it.
I've been very, like, critical of AEW recently because I want to see it get better. The first hour of this was like peak AEW fun. Like, it brought back the angles that I enjoyed, the spectacle of things, and it wasn't too zany or crazy. It was just enough to be like, damn, that's great. It wasn't a 50-minute match for the opening. It was 16 minutes, but it was some of the best wrestling of the week for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you get to see the Death Rider's own Jon Moxley taking on Dorada in the Blue League Continental match.
Yeah. It was actually a better match than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, which was still just not great. It wasn't awful, but it had, every time Dorado would go ahead and manage to escape something of Moxley, like he would deliver a big 450 and get the near fall, but then Moxley would just like not fully no sell because he'd get the pinfall, the near fall, but then he'd just be like, oh my God, the damage, turn it off, and he'd get right back up and Enziguri, then he eats it, and then I'm tired of the resurrection moments or the zombie moments where he gets hit with something massive. He takes the near fall pin, so he kicks out, and he's so good at kicking out last second. But then as soon as he's done kicking out at 2 3/10 of a second, he just bam straight up.
Yep.
He can do the 9/10, but he likes to do it just a little bit after to keep people going. I don't know why, but he gets the choke and Dorada passes out, and it felt like such a boring conclusion.
Yeah.
Especially, he tried to do the Death Rider multiple times, and he's kept stuffing it, so I thought they were going to play up on that, but no, they choked him out.
I saw enough of Wheeler Yuta last night. I was like, good grief, man. I'm sick of seeing this guy. Can somebody just like get him out of here?
And you're not wrong with that. I liked Wheeler Yuta briefly at one point in time, and since he's been in the Death Riders,
every time that man came out last night, everybody was like, fuck you, Yuta.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Yuta.
Absolutely. Because he deserves those chants. He is obnoxious, and not in a heel heat way, in a I don't want to see you on the TV way, and that's a problem. His inclusion with the Death Riders was never believable, never fit. They put him through all this stuff, and then they treated him basically like he was totally dispensable. They sacrificed him to other people. They left him behind, like all these things. Yep. And then he's just still followed them blindly. There was no payoff, no story change, no element of nothing. He did nothing, and now he just follows the orders of Claudio and Moxley, and Marina yells at him and slaps him every now and again.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's to like?
Oh my God.
His promos are terrible.
The Death Riders are coming out again. Oh, yay. Oh, goody.
His promos, like you said too, are terrible. And I don't want to say that, but trying, because he's trying to come across as this badass, intimidating Terminator of a heel.
He's not a heel. He's horrible as a heel. I'm sorry. He sucks as a heel.
Yeah. But he's not believable. At least not the heel he's trying to portray. He's not an Adam Cole small guy, but a pain in the ass.
There were some good spots in that match that Dorada did over Moxley. So,
but that's the thing. Dorada had to do the neck breaker counter. He had to do the 450 I mentioned.
The video. I think I did a video that.
Yeah, the shooting star press. There was a few moments there, like, and we were kind of like, but Dorada, could have had somebody on the ground, and he did it to himself, basically. Like, that's the sad part. Yeah, I gotta find it again. I know I have it in my files. Yeah, it's in there somewhere. I know we had the Moxley one before. Here we go. He's just beating them up. Oh, yeah, he's mad.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then right here, see? Dorada doing all the work. I mean, literally, he did everything there was Dorada's. He flipped Moxley with the strength. He has some crazy strength, too. I'll give him that.
I'll tell you one thing. That guy, Dorada has some, that guy is strong.
So strong. He's Claudio levels of like, sir, just like, secretly strong. I mean, like, just It's naive of people to think that he couldn't kill you with his pinky finger. It's nuts what this man can do, and I will give him that. And that is something with all the luchadores, because the art of balance that they practice, holding each other up by their hands, their arms, their feet. They really do have that technical balance, I would say, better than most, and that upper arm strength usually is hard to rival. People used to say Eddie Guerrero was like the master at arm wrestling, and people wouldn't fuck with him. I don't know if that's true, but I've seen memes and I could believe it, certainly. So anybody knows anything like that to be true, let me know in the chat, tell me, or in the comments. But yeah, look at this here. He spins Moxley. So he literally puts him over by himself. He's throwing him over. He's got his hand on his ass here, and he's grabbing both of his wrists. All Moxley has to do is tuck his chin and head down, and he's flipping him all the way over and giving him the bump entirely. Watch. So now he pushes him off. He's got his wrist for control, gets him over, grabs his neck, lets go of his hands, but Moxley just has to land flat on his back. Dorada does the rest.
Yep.
Holding his head. Dorada even protects him by holding his head when he lands.
I think there's another video I sent you of that match too, but I don't
Yes,
remember where.
I'm looking for it while we were playing that as well. I don't believe it was the first one that I brought up. Nope, that's Claudia. We'll find it. But yeah, no. So
there was some crazy action on the outside that I got a videos of. I'm like, okay, you're coming right into the living room here. Come on.
I believe this is it. Yep, here we go. This is nope, that's what we just saw.
I took so many pictures and videos. It's unreal.
And then Timeless Tony Storm comes out afterwards and starts to talk down these two. So,
Timeless Tony Storm. Oh yeah.
I mean, she's so much fun on the mic still. I'm not crazy about the gimmick when she was worrying about the title and all these things, and now that she can just be her, I enjoy it for what she's doing, and it makes it fun. So now that she can just be this character and interact with different people.
Marina wanted to fight her so bad.
Yeah, and that's a fun story for them to build up on. Good rivalry, and everybody's going to want to see the match. Not that she doesn't deserve to be champion, but right now let other people have time with the belt. Chris Statlander is a great choice as a younger champion, and going on because Tony doesn't need it. She's bigger than the belt in a sense.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Statlander cut a promo backstage on Collision. Yeah, it was Collision. So
yeah, because I know you did get to see her come out briefly on Collision, right? As well.
Yeah, she came out. She came out at the very end to break up something. But yeah, she came out along with Jamie Hayter, who apparently is back. So
her and all her teeth, right? Oh my God, that poor girl.
Yeah,
I still feel so bad about that. Like she just got destroyed by that chair shot. I don't know what they expected, but yeah, Tony here is just she's so over with the crowd, and it makes
the crowd was just all with all.
This is Timeless Tony Storm live in living color. Judging by your actions the past few weeks, I'm also the toughest, most resilient, least bitchy person standing in this ring.
And she just nails it every time she's on the mic. She's a great deal of fun. And it's obviously her telling the whole story because Marina's not great on the mic. We know, she's the problem. We remember when the violins play, violence is on its way. So, but yeah, she really wants to fight her. Moxley's having her wait. Oh, they got the stipulation. Let's hear it. Oh, she's so ready to reveal this. Not what I thought it would be, but I should have expected it.
I was not expecting what she said.
No.
Brutal enough to exact our revenge.
Yeah, see, she wants it to be as brutal as possible. So I was misled.
It must be entertaining enough for all these sickos.
Great reaction.
Now I have stayed awake for 4 nights straight.
That's where it ends. We're Joe baiting the audience.
Pretty much, I didn't know how much longer she was going to talk. So I was like,
So
But
yeah, she's called her his caveman daughter, and
yeah, caveman daughter. Yeah.
she said that they're gonna. I hadn't gotten you anything for Christmas, and her gift is a hardcore holiday death match with no tags and no
No
disqualifications,
disqualifications.
with 2 slop tarts next week on Dynamite.
Yeah, I was kind of like,
It's a Miracle on 34th Street match. It's a holiday street fight. It's a whatever you want to call it, but I expected something more than just a no holds barred and no DQ. I thought they were going to do something worthwhile. I know they couldn't do a ladder match for the belt itself,
oh, it's
but
Tony Storm. Yeah, it's Tony Storm. You know, they probably got something crazy planned for it.
I'm
so.
sure they do, and it's going to be ridiculous. Hopefully, it's just ridiculously funny and enjoyable. I try to, like I said, turn my brain off with some of it, but when you get those like blatant, they should no longer be alive moments, those, you know, where they how do they kick out of this? When you just beat him with a DDT last week, now he kicked out of 500, you know, pyro shots and all these things. So it does get a bit concerning, but I don't know. I think they'll have a good match. We'll see what comes of it. I'm still excited for it. So next week will be a big Dynamite.
Yeah, it
And
should
then
be. I mean,
you
they got
had
more. They got more Continental Classic matches next week. So.
yeah, and then you had who was it? Darby Allin and Kevin Knight.
Oh, that match was crazy. That match was crazy.
That was a lot of fun, and everybody had a good time with that.
Yeah, Kevin Knight beat Darby. So
12-minute match. Everybody was shocked by the win. Even Knight was surprised, and he got the UFO splash.
His reaction was like, "Wait, I won."
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Like he didn't expect to beat Darby, and that was a really genuinely good thing. I don't know.
Kevin Knight is man. That guy can move. He does moves. I was like going, how do you do that?
Yeah, he manages. Let's see what this one is quickly while I try to input it. Nope, that's Speedball. All right.
No, we don't want Speedball right now. That's later.
That's coming on a little bit later, but let's see which one's this one. That's
there's some Kevin Knight ones.
We saw that Fletcher and Okada. So I know there is. I'm trying to pull it up, and files of goodness. You know me. Let's see here. There we go. I got it. I just had to lose my mind. Here we go. Ta-da! Gonna turn it. I mean, just look at that. So agile. Look at how he catches him, and Darby looks shocked. One thing I love about Darby is that he sells like no other with these things at times. I do appreciate it because you don't get to see that often where somebody all the way through remembers, hey, I'm being filmed and I have to keep my face emoting as much as my body. Big reaction. I mean, just the back and forth between these two is great. Yeah. I mean, that was probably one of the best drop kicks I've seen in a long time. I mean, that was so deadly accurate and high. Look at this. Double boot to the face.
Yeah, he got up there in height. That guy can jump.
I mean, look at that. So impressive. So just, wow. That is something. I mean, look at the accuracy, too.
Yeah,
and to not kill your partner.
His drop kick sent him out of the ring, sent him outside the ring, too, I think.
Yeah, so I'm all for it. Yeah, staying safe.
Samoa Joe and stupid hook.
What's going on, Mr. Onidi?
Mr. Onidi.
Yeah, I didn't say Rhodes. It's Thanksgiving. I didn't torture you too much. So I'm trying to find. I know you had another video from this as well. And then this is coming up. So the next match was Claudio and Orange Cassidy. And
oh my God. That match was crazy.
this was a really good match as well. So thankful enough.
Oh, look, it's Claudio in right into your living room.
Yes, he's thankfully there. So let's go ahead. Why it says browse file, but I know it's there. I'm watching it. Computer. Here we go. You see him there, and
Hey.
yeah, you know, we got to pause or copyright every now and again, even though it's your fan cam. Look at that
like,
though,
yeah,
great
that kinda
sell.
hurt.
Yeah, and he
Oh,
sells
watch this
again
part,
so
this
well
part
there.
Here is really cool here. I'll let it go.
Oh, just smacking him and oh, right into the side there. I mean, that's brutal.
Yeah, that
That's no one wants to be taking that. That's for sure. That's painful. Hopefully everybody's having a great Thanksgiving. Thank you guys for joining us. We're still recapping Dynamite and then chit-chatting about Collision.
Somebody in that crowd during the Claudio match, they were trying to do the Cody Rhodes chant, but with Claudio, and I'm like going,
that's funny.
No, I was like, no, that doesn't work.
It was a 13-minute match too, so they gave everybody a decent amount of time. And Orange Cassidy, you know, always being beaten by Claudio is kind of like as predictable as it comes. Basically, like I saw somebody tweet out like, oh, it's his kryptonite, you know, like Claudio's Orange Cassidy's kryptonite. You just can't win over him. I get why they did it with the Death Rider thing, because they're advancing them as well. So we'll see what the story says going forward. But to me, that was
Pac and Speedball. I thought those guys were just going to kill each other. I thought they were both going to get like those two did so much stuff. Oh,
yeah,
that was nuts.
So that was on Collision, right?
Yeah, that was on Collision.
Yeah, that was because I was going to say that started that. So
no, what
kicked off was Takeshita.
No, Takeshita and
was the main event.
Takeshita and Strong was the main event on Collision.
Yeah, and Pac.
The first match on Collision was Speedball and Pac.
Okay, so it's upside down here. All right, but I'm still on the right time. We're good. Yeah. We even have a slight preview for Dynamite, but as you said,
after of course, you know, they had the giant brawl at the end of Dynamite with everybody coming out there doing their beating each other up. So
yeah,
that was
the
wild.
bastard Pac looks so much like more muscular in some of these photos that you sent and bigger in person. Obviously, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, he's huge in person. I was like, yeah, somebody's getting.
Yeah, he's gotten quite a bit girthier, you know, and because he can't get any taller and his hair can't get any more Karen-like, you know, he's really got that mop top going on.
People gave him the hardest time about his hair. They're like, cut your hair.
No one beats the flack that Ricochet gets, but yeah.
Oh, I saw him on Collision too. I was like, oh God, go away.
And Pac defeats Mike Bailey. Did we expect otherwise? No. I mean, we pretty much knew that was going to happen, but
I'll tell you one thing. That match, there were so many crazy moves in that match with those two. I was just like, I couldn't keep up with what all they were doing to each other. They're literally trying to kill each other.
Yeah. And it was, like I said, from what you showed, a hell of a match. You said it was one of your favorites, so.
The Takeshita Roderick Strong match was really good, but I don't know, the Speedball and Pac match was pretty good too.
Oh, I'm sure.
I took some video of that match.
Yes, indeed. And you got some great footage that I need to prepare to play the right way. But yeah, this is why we have our turkey takedown. That was the joke behind it, because if we get taken down for copyright, it's a takedown of the turkey day. We'll see, though. So far, fan cam's been going well. They haven't yelled at us yet. Look at this. Great shot. What great seats. I still can't get over it. Those are some of the best seats you've had yet. Thank you, AEW, for getting you there.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Oh, my God. I didn't realize he chucked him that far back. Like, I even... When I watched... before on my phone.
He literally launched him. I was just like,
it didn't seem like it was that far back, but holy shiitake mushroom, like yeah. That
like,
was
he got launched. I was like, oh my
Speedball.
God.
We got to find his mom. We got to go find Speedball's mom, deliver the bad news now. Be like, I'm sorry, Mrs. Bailey, but he threw him so far,
Yeah.
and his body couldn't take it. You know, and Jesus.
He got,
bag.
they both
Somebody yells, "See ya!" right before he gets
See ya,
launched.
yeah, I know, right?
Oh my! How this is like.
See ya!
See ya! Oh, this clip gets better and better. Oh, Liz, thank you for all the footage.
The guy that yelled "See ya" was sitting like three seats on the same row as us.
Yeah,
So-
down. So that could not make this more of just a "see ya," and then he ends up. He didn't know he was going to throw him. He just thought he was going to suplex him. No, he chucked his ass.
Yeah, he launched
Whoa, that's so brutal. And you see, like, the length in which he goes there is crazy. Oh, what a bump. And he lands about as perfect on his lower back flat as you can, but he's still bumped up some. Like, that's never fun to take. But
there were some crazy spots in that match. They literally like kicked the hell out. They literally like kicked the hell out of each other.
yeah, you're tongue tied like I am. No doubt. Because I mean, yeah, that is just crazy.
That
Let's
just shows
see,
how
what do we got
strong-
here?
That just shows how strong Pac is strong.
Oh my God, he is.
That's a good video.
Deceptively
That's the big brawl
strong.
into Dynamite.
Yes, this is what
That's
I was
when
looking
Dorada
for
does that-
before, and I couldn't find, and now have
That's
found.
when Dorada does that flip off the top rope.
Yes, so we definitely want to check this out as much as possible and cut off my my big head. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see here. Like I said, the fans were great all night, chanting. Takeshita's getting beat up by Roderick Strong. You got your commentary. I mean, everybody's out there. So we got the new, what is it? What do they go by? The Paradigm or Paragon. Thank you. I'm bad at that.
No classic.
Yeah, so we got the Paragon. We got obviously the Don Callis families out there, Dorada.
Yep.
So it's quite a full roster out there. You know, everybody's getting taken out. And they're not all grouped like Quail yet, because here he comes. They're still fighting. Here we go. Oh, what a dive. I mean, really, too, you take for granted how that's a man, 200 plus pounds flying through the air. Yeah, people, like, when you see it live, it is that mesmerizing, because everyone's like, oh, it's a simple, then go do it. I can't walk right now because I'm in a brace and all this stuff. What are you supposed to have here? Go do it. Like, that's the funny of it all. I'm curious to see, what are you supposed to do? How much more? But I don't want them to kill themselves. This was great, though. Look at the flip and air time he gets. Amazing. They keep brawling here. Everybody's getting ready. Wheeler Yuta trying to direct traffic. Oh, a big orange punch from Orange Cassidy. Caught him there. Look at that.
What, you need a haircut?
Yeah, we gotta.
Okada's sitting on the whole time this was all going on. Okada was at the top of the ramp, just watching all this.
Okada sleeping.
And he's
Yeah,
sitting there,
exactly.
his facial expressions were hilarious. He was like going, the Home Alone thing, like, oh my God, oh no.
He's like, no more questions, please. No more questions. I don't need to be bothered for this. I'm not going to go ahead and be.
The thing is,
Okada's done for the night. He's done for the night.
Tony was
Thank
like, okay, y'all can quit with the Tony chants now.
Yeah, I don't need all that praise. But Yuta gets himself an orange punch there. That was a great sell for it too. I like that. It's good to see. Fun as always. You need a haircut. Bam! What a spot. We keep going here.
I saw
And then
I was like, then all the Death Riders came out, and I was like, oh God, here.
yeah, knew what that was turning into.
Yep.
Have we had any update on Kyle O'Reilly? That's what I'm curious of, because that
I
boy
don't
went
know.
through it.
The last I heard, Roderick Strong took his spot because he was supposed to be in the classic. So
Yeah, really quick. I made this silly turkey takedown into somewhere thing. Like I just took my head, turned it, and animated it silly. But this was the one that AI gave me to begin with, and I kind of wanted to use it, but I think it's hilarious.
hmm That's great.
Right?
That's a
Like
good
how do
one.
you
And
Moxley
Moxley beating up a
choking the turkey? Yeah, right. So I don't know, that one is pretty. I'm pretty fond of AI doing that, and I'm wearing the AEW shirt there. Funny
Yeah,
enough, so
I
it
see
added
that.
like the rest of, but that's not the AEW logo on my shirt. Right? Like they added all of that in AI, the stars with the different colors, and I had my one chain on. It multiplied those.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did a good job. I mean, I'm balding quite less there. You know, I'm still hair thinning. Here I'm bald. There I'm like hair thin. So you got to pick one.
Mhm.
I don't know, but yeah, no, I like the other one. I went with it. You know, me beating the turkey's ass, but something about Moxley there with the turkey that I just it spoke
Yeah.
to me. You know, I wanted to keep it at that point. I liked it because it could be you know, a bit more
Right.
translucent, and could have just made Moxley disappear, and I don't know.
hmm
So what was your favorite match
Yeah.
last night? While I'm
Oh
yapping.
God. Well, let's see. From Dynamite would probably be the Okada Fletcher match. Although you know all the Continental Classic matches were good, but I mean the Okada Fletcher match was just that was just off the chain.
Yeah, what an opening too.
And
Happy Thanksgiving.
seeing Okada's entrance live in person is like totally different than watching it on television.
Yeah, because you see him and he looks like so generic, but there I've seen it. So he has like this presence. I hate saying the word aura over and over, but I don't know really what
I took
best.
I took a video of his entrance, and I'm just
Yeah,
like going. It's just like, yeah.
he's plotting and slow, but it's methodically slow. Like everything is intentional. All of his movements are very slow, but very exaggerated too. Like if he moves his hand, he's not just, he moves almost like he was a former dancer, now wrestler in a way. Very
Yep.
fluid. He wants to take you.
He's some of the stuff he did. Him and Fletcher just about like they just beat the living crap out of each other.
Oh yeah. I mean, no doubt. And then of course the highlight of my night for you was this. As you know, you got to see David Arquette. Oh,
Yeah, I got to see David Arquette. He was there
Dewey
live in
steals my
person.
heart. I've always enjoyed him, and I felt like he got an unfair rap with the whole WCW thing. Like he was
Yeah.
essentially what Tony Khan is now. Like you could have put that kind of thing on him, where like he was just such a big fan, and the movie was out. They had to market it as such. He argued he didn't want the belt. It's not like he came in and was like, "Oh, I'm going to be champ. This is great." He's like, "They're going to kill me. What are you doing?" There's people in the back that think this is, you know, the end of days. And pretty much it was,
Right.
it already reached that point, but this added to it, as we know. Fletcher is much younger than LA Knight, though. Yes, no, LA Knight is very old as well. I realize that. He's ancient. Yeah, I said you're ancient. You know, no. In
one thing,
WWE years.
Fletcher reminds me so much of a young Randy Orton.
Yeah, absolutely. He has that
Just
kind
the way
of
the way he gets in the ring, and he almost does like the Randy Orton pose almost when he gets on the top rope, and he almost does the Randy Orton type of pose thing.
yeah.
So I'm just kind of like,
So how
like
was the Tay Mello Toxic Spider Tekla match?
I think I was kind of ignoring that match.
I don't blame you. I mean, I like Tay Conti and Tay Mello, however they want to call it.
I think a lot of people when it got to that match, I think a lot of people were waiting for the main event to get started because a lot of people left during that match to go home or go to the bathroom or go do whatever. But
because it was odd, you figure they do some of the Ring of Honor stuff before and like make it even, like some before, some after, but they don't. They sandwich it all after Collision, and then you're like, I don't know any of these people, and you wonder why it looks so empty, like because they don't.
Well, see,
give them a chance always.
The Ring of Honor stuff was done before Dynamite even started, and then you
Yeah.
had Dynamite, and then you had right after Dynamite, you had a little bit of a break, and then
Yeah.
they went straight into Collision.
Yep.
So it was like you didn't really have time to breathe almost. Before
No,
you're
that's
like,
what I'm
well, here comes.
saying. And just rushes you right back into it. And
But I mean, by the time they got to the Tekla match, a lot of people there were a lot of people that were gone, that were
Yeah.
they left, and they left after after the Pac and Speedball match, so
I don't know if it's televised, but it was nice to see Mark Briscoe out there with he gets a custom title.
Mark, let's see. The thing is, he came out. First of all, they had Daddy Magic versus Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
That match,
Which plays off of what happened for Full Gear. We're like, all right, this could be good, but it didn't seem like the reports online liked it much.
Yeah, it was whatever. I was like, okay, I was like, Danny Garcia and Daddy Matt. I'm like, no, please don't show me this match.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. And then of course, after the match, Garcia's in the ring, and here comes Briscoe coming out. And he pretty much told Danny Garcia, he's like, you want to show out the title? Come on, bring it on.
Yeah. And no doubt about it, I'm also showing off the merch that you picked up. I really like this shirt. See, less is more. Yeah. They really nailed it here. Chris Statlander, greatest in the galaxy. That's it. Nothing else. Keep it centered. Looks like it's got that trading card feel.
That shirt, that is all it's on that shirt. There's nothing on the back. That's on the front of the shirt, and that's it. There ain't nothing else on the back. It's just.
And it's not a massive logo either. It's pretty much well centered.
No,
and that's what I like, because it draws your eyes to her, the name. I think that's good merch. And then, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the tag team, I do like Bandito and I do like Brody King. The thing is that I feel bad in a way for Brodito, because if and when Buddy returns, he's basically kicking your butt out, and they're back to the Hounds of Hell or whatever they called them.
Well, the thing is, they had a backstage thing with Brodito during Collision.
Yeah,
where they talked about getting their tag titles back and all this stuff, and they had that back. Then they had the Don Callis family backstage talking about all their what they were thankful for, and it was so hilarious to what Okada said. Okada said, "I'm thankful that I don't have to tag team with Takeshita," and Takeshita turned around and was like. They were just going at it with each other in Japan. They were talking in Japanese. They were just going at it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe it. There's Takeshita. Speaking of, and he's so good. I see so many big things for him in the future still.
I have a picture of Takeshita back when I saw him wrestle back in, God, was that 2020? And what he looks like now.
I know, what a difference. He looked like a very young boy when he first started. Like he was skinnier, he the shorter hair. Like he still had somewhat long hair, but it wasn't as long, obviously. But he just didn't look.
See, the thing is, when I saw Takeshita in 2020, that was right before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And that was also the night that Cody Rhodes took 10 lashes by MJF. I saw that in person, and that was
brutal. That was, you know how many times Cody's been whipped? Think about it. He has a secret BDSM fetish. He has to, because he's had The Rock whip him with a weight belt all over the build to WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
He's had Lesnar's done it. He's had Roman's done it a bunch. The Usos did it to him. So many people have whipped Cody.
Yeah,
they give him a lot of lashings.
I don't know what the heck, in the middle of Collision, here came Johnny TV and all his whatever they're called.
I don't know what they were doing there. It was.
And I came out here. They came out, and I was like, going, "What the fuck is this?"
You're like, is it the Elvis impersonator hour, or what are we getting? Here's some of the pictures right here that just showed, and it's like, they had wigs and costumes,
and they were like, they came out to do some kind of challenge.
Yeah.
And here came the Outrunners and Dalton Castle and all the boys, and all them came out. And I was just like, and everybody loved that. Everybody was laughing and having a good time on that match. And I'm going, what the heck am I watching?
Yeah, like, what is this garbage? And I didn't even know that Dalton Castle was still there. And they had the Outrunners. Like I said, they're Hogan-esque. And then you got somebody as Elvis, and it's like, what is going on here? Just
Dalton Castle was the one dressed like the Elvis.
yeah,
So.
but still, like they just need to. I don't blame you for
And I'm
being
just
like,
kind
what
of
the
like
hell is
going,
this?
I'm thinking to myself, well, what the heck am I watching?
Yeah,
Tony,
no
what? I was
doubt
like,
about
Tony,
it.
what the hell am I watching here, bro?
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, all in all, I feel like you got a pretty damn good Dynamite.
But Briscoe got a really good. I think I got a video of it.
Yeah,
It was pretty good. Everybody really was.
everybody was happy with him. Yeah,
He
that's
came
great to
out there,
see.
and Garcia tried to pick a fight with him, and I was like, yeah, you don't want to do that, boy.
No, and then you had the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, taking on
Yeah,
Shibata.
Kingston and Shibata. Yeah,
So-
Shibata lost. And Shibata lost.
I figured he would with how they've been treating him, even though they're trios champs.
Oh, and then Kingston after the match
Mm,
cut this really good promo where he was talking about certain. You'll have to watch Collision tonight. If you watch Collision, you'll hear it probably. But he pretty much challenged Joe to a match for the title. At,
That's
Winter Is
awesome.
Coming.
and
So-
on top of it, you'll not only get to hear that, but they have a couple other behind the scenes things, I guess, going on with David Arquette, something with Danny Garcia, and something else.
Chris Statlander did a promo, and of course she came out at the end of Collision to help Ty Mello,
Yeah,
and along with Jamie Hayter. And when Chris Statlander came out, the crowd went crazy. So and same for Hayter. So.
no doubt about it, and I believe it because Statlander is that over, so it makes perfect sense. And
And then of course, once the show was over, everybody's leaving. We're walking outside.
that's what I wanted to get to. Yes, as the intro song said.
We're literally walking down the stairs to go to the main street, back to the hotel. And I look over at the venue because the venue is literally right across the street from where we were.
Yeah.
And I look over and I see Eddie Kingston coming out with his Yankees hat on, and I was like, "Hey, Eddie!" And he like, "Hey, how you doing?" And so we got down the stairs, and he's walking. He literally walks right past us and says, "Thanks for coming to the show and happy Thanksgiving." I'm like, "Same to you, Eddie."
Yeah, thanks to you. Always so much. And that's the thing, like you want it to be fun, you want it to be interactive like that. And he's so good at just making you feel included.
He was really cool, and of course,
Yeah.
it was cold outside, and I was like, I wasn't going to bother him for a picture because I'm not going to be one of those type of people. So
Yeah.
it's like, just he passed us and he said, "Happy Thanksgiving and thanks for coming to the show." So
And I'm sure he appreciated it because he would have given you the photo, but you having respect for it.
He was actually with somebody else. I don't know who he was with, and they had their luggage, so obviously they were getting ready to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Go back to the hotel or go
Exactly.
to wherever they were
So
going.
I bet you if you ever send a message on Twitter to him and say, "Hey, I saw you outside of the arena and thank you for wishing me happy Thanksgiving. I didn't want to ask you for a photo, but just know you're one of my favorites," he would definitely, acknowledge
his
it.
promo, the promo he did after his match with Shibata was really good. Hopefully that will probably get shown tonight. So.
I believe it. Absolutely. No clue needed for that one.
This man cut a promo, and everybody was the guy in the front row was like, "I love you, Eddie," and he's like, "Who just said that?" And he pointed right at the guy in the front row that was sitting like right behind me, literally.
Yeah.
And he was
That's
like,
funny.
He's like, yeah, he literally was talking about something about, yeah, I love what I do, and this is what I do, and all this stuff. And he was like, "Joe, you're a pussy."
That's great.
He's like, "I'm challenging you for a title."
Joe, I'm challenging you to War Games.
No,
I'm telling you,
wrong,
if only.
wrong show.
Oh, damn it. Now look at this AEW Continental Classic Blue and Gold League standings. Things are shaping up to be interesting already because
I'll
of
tell you one
who's
thing.
got what.
Next week they announced. Let's see. Next week we're getting Claudio versus Mox.
Yes,
Next week.
in the Blue League, and then we also have Dynamite.
Okada's wrestling Pac.
Yes. And Tony and Mina are taking on Marina and Megan in the holiday death match that you guys will see as well next week. So that'll be crazy as well. A lot to look forward to for that. Certainly.
The Pac and Okada match is going to be, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's going to be brutal, but I'm excited for that. Genuinely.
It'll be interesting to see how the Claudio Moxley match goes. Who's going to win that one?
You're not wrong. I mean, really, that's I'm not sure who's going to win now. And it's kind of
Are you gonna have Moxley lose
I know. What do they
to
do
Claudio?
here?
I mean, and then I don't know who else. Let's see. Then you got, I guess after that you'll have again. Eventually you'll have Kevin Knight versus Speedball. They're in the same league, the
Yeah.
same like goal league. They'll probably wrestle each other.
I would say
Just wait
see,
till you get Takeshka.
yeah.
What you're gonna have Takeshka versus Dorada eventually.
Yes. I mean,
So,
there's quite a few matches that they're going to have that are also dream match scenarios, which is why I've always enjoyed the Continental Classic. What it is, too, is kind of like a reset button in a way that they don't have to worry about many storylines with it
right?
because
Yep.
you're just going to have great matches for the next few weeks. I mean, you're guaranteed 6 matches out of, each participant just in their own
Well, I'll tell
bracket.
you the matchups you can have are just crazy because you can have Takeshka versus Okada. Oh, not Okada,
Yeah.
but well, that'll eventually probably come to be Takeshka versus Dorada. And
Yes.
then you'll have Strong versus Moxley, and it's like
Yeah, like I was just saying, Orange Cassidy can take on Takeshita, Moxley, Claudio, Roderick, or Dorada, and then Darby's taking on Pac, Knight, Bailey, Fletcher, and Okada. So it's like
Yep.
Darby and Okada have faced off before, I believe, and Darby lost, but
yeah,
I think it was in the tournament last year, maybe.
I think so. And then
Yeah.
Speedball and Kevin Knight have never
Damn.
wrestled Okada. As far as I
No,
know.
not that
So-
I recall, honestly.
And
But
then it's going to be crazy how what a whole it's going to be nuts how that's all going to turn out. Who's going to win?
yeah. So I got to ask, what is your live score for Dynamite? We'll keep it just in, for the Dynamite review sake of it.
Dynamite was actually Dynamite was probably a little better than Collision because Collision had a lot in the middle of Collision was kind of not that great.
Costumes and all that jazz.
Dynamite, if for live being there live, it's got to be at least 8.5.
Yeah, because I was at a 7.5, so that makes perfect sense. You at least go like a point and a half, usually higher for being there live. So
Dynamite they had the Okada Fletcher match was just
top notch. That was so good. How could you argue with that? That's like just so damn fantastic.
I was just like, damn, we're going to start the night off with that match. Alrighty then.
Yeah. I don't know who I would have win, because if the only way I want Claudio to beat Moxley is if they're going to tell this the story that like, hey, look, I cannot stand that you keep tapping out. I'm going to, like they need to play up on this. Like you're supposed to be our leader, but if they do something with that, or if they're going to plan to push Claudio, then definitely have him win. But if they have no set plan, like it's just back to Death Rider shenanigans after this, then Moxley needs to win. He's been destroyed repeatedly.
Yeah, the thing is they had Danielson Danielson wasn't on the show last night. He's probably home for Thanksgiving with Bree. But Nigel McGuinness was there as a commentator for the show last night. I was like, oh man, no Daniel Bryan, dang.
Paul and others have said that, but thank you for the inside AEW look. He said, I'm an AEW fan. You're welcome, Paul. And thank you, Liz, for having all this great content for us.
Problem,
I really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome, y'all.
I know we got your Bad Blood stuff up with you last time. We didn't get to meet for one of the ones you went to. I think it was SmackDown. But we always try and catch up with you for so much. And like I said,
I got see. The thing is, I had a choice. I could have gone since I went to they're going to be in Atlanta in a couple of weeks, but I can't go to that show because I'm going out of town the next day. So that it didn't work out. That one didn't work out. So I was like, well, they're going to be in Nashville. We'll do that one instead.
Yeah,
so.
you lucked out here. This was a damn good show. Cody had a choice between Madison Square Garden Raw or going to Full Gear with a friend of his, and I was like, oh. I would choose MSG.
I mean,
but
I'm just saying, Madison Square. You can't go wrong with going to Madison Square Garden. I'm sorry, but
then it worked out that his friend was able to still go to that, and we got them to go to him to go to MSG anyway. So it worked out in the end, and we were thankful for that. WWE was cool.
Madison Square Garden is historical. That's an historical arena. So if you have a chance to ever go see anything there, go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw.
I have never been myself out of all the things I've been to.
I went to a Japanese J-Rock concert in Madison Square Garden back in 2014, and that's the first time I've ever been in that venue. And that whole concert was great. I mean, the whole concert was great, but being in the venue was something cool. So
Yeah, no, and I believe it because I've you've seen it from the inside out. Obviously, I love the drone shots, but I am always wanting to go there and see something. And I would have been able to go for the Cena one if had I been able to walk. You know, once I'm healed with this,
right,
which I might need more surgery, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm at
Fingers
least
crossed.
excited for the future of what they're doing right now with AEW. They have some good storylines that they're starting to pick up on, and that was the problem. They had a bad story with a phenomenal ending. The narrative of the Death Riders needed to be as long and tedious.
Also on Collision before I forget, FTR came out to give it. Well, Tony.
Yes.
I felt so bad for Tony Schiavone because he came out to do the interview with Joe, and then Joe told him to leave the ring, and then he came out to do the interview with FTR, and they just shoot him away, and I was just like, oh man. FTR comes out there and Stokely has to run his mouth for God knows how long. I'm like, shut up already. Nobody.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And then the lights go out and everybody's like going, who's coming? Who's coming out? Who's coming out? And the Bang Bang gang show up. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. I was
they came out and they pretty much they came out and pretty much said, we were the last team to pin you guys, so we're coming after your titles.
I love it. So I really liked Jay and Juice together, but I like the Guns. They are entertaining and they're really phenomenal wrestlers that just haven't been showcased.
One of the Guns is injured.
Yeah.
Jay White is also injured. So
the Bang Bang Bullet Club, Gold Gang, whatever they want to call themselves at this point, perfect pairing. I love Juice Robinson. I don't recognize him shaved though. It's weird.
When they showed up, the crowd went totally crazy for him.
Yeah,
they were just
he deserves it.
And of course,
that's still the best tag match I've seen in AEW's Collision history. Was that with them and FTR?
One of the FTR guys. I don't know which one it was. One of the fans in the area we were sitting in, they were heckling one of the FTR guys, and the crowd was going, "Fuck you, FTR!"
Yeah, once they start, usually they lay back into the fans, so that's kind of funny.
Oh yeah, they were. It was like, you suck, and they were all, they were like, you suck.
Yeah, usually they don't hesitate to lay it right back in thick. They really try to
and everybody was like flipping them off, and they were just like, oh, y'all are just a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of rednecks, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever, bro.
They know how to play along with it well, and that's important. So that does make a big difference. And
Stokely would not shut up. He was just he talked and he talked and he talked, and I was like, nobody cares. Shut up.
Yeah, he just goes on rambling forever. That's how Cody must feel with me when I go on my forever long soliloquies or diatribes that I just start word vomiting on.
Came out there and everybody's like, guns up, let's go.
Let's go, yeah. Come on, soundboard.
At the end, I think it was Austin. Yeah, Austin.
Safety was on.
Colton's hurt. Austin was in the ring, and he's like, we got 2 words for you, and everybody's like, suck it, and they're like, guns up. I'm like, oh, y'all just totally.
But that's great because you get the double chant. You get the suck it from the fans, and then they get to do guns up, and they'll say it with them.
Well,
because they can't say it.
Some of the fans said guns up, and everybody else said suck it.
Yeah. See, so hey, at least they're getting some reaction. Yeah, I didn't realize the safety was on, but granted, I liked the pairing of these guys together. They're good heels, but they're also really good faces too. The fans will get behind them.
It's kind of funny when the lights went out. Somebody 2 rows behind us was like, Edge is coming out. I was like, oh my God, do not say that. Do not say that.
I'm usually the one that screams I'm scared when the lights go off, but
The lights went totally dark. It went totally dark, and everybody was just like, and somebody behind me said, "It's just coming out." I was like,
well, from
nah.
one of the recordings I had seen, not from yours, but somebody else had it when the lights went out entirely, and it was like pitch black in there. It wasn't like, oh, they just the lights,
it
like
was
they
literally-
darkened the place, and that's cool because a lot of
Yes.
places they just kill the lights, but it's like, all right, you could still see everything. It's just not
No,
enough for the networks to
see
see. You know, TV.
anything.
Yeah, it was just like it looked like they covered their phone. At first, I was like, oh, they must have put their phone down or something. But no, it was dark
No.
in there. That was great. Just the
It was-
emergency lights.
It literally, the lights went totally out. I was just
Yeah.
like,
Really immersive.
it's
Really,
coming out.
for that 10 seconds, it's super immersive because you're just stuck in it. And everybody
I think
doesn't
I
know
got
what's
a video.
coming.
I think I got a little short video of the Bang Bang Gang's entrance. But yeah, but other than that, it's like it went totally pitch black dark. I was like going, who's coming out?
Yeah, where is this and what happened and who's surprising
And
us?
where are
But
they coming? Where are they coming from?
I was just happy that the audience gave them such a good reaction. Really, like
Oh yeah,
that.
they got a really good reaction.
That
They
was
got a very good reaction.
that's pleasing to me because I've always liked Billy Gunn, and he didn't have what he could have for that type of career. He was never elevated into that top echelon of stars. He was never the world champ. Now it was Road Dogg, and maybe that wasn't his job, but I feel like they did a little disservice to him at times. And then at the like you think back to when he won King of the Ring, and then The Rock buried the shit out of him. My name's Billy. You know, that whole
Yeah.
one of The Rock's
yeah,
greatest promos of all times at the expense
Yeah.
of Billy Gunn.
Right.
That kill. I had friends at school that weren't watching WWF. They were watching WCW, and they would come up to me saying that. Like I distinctly remember people being, but my name's Billy. It doesn't matter. You know, like that
Yeah.
took on like friends, acquaintances, everybody was doing that line. It doesn't
Right.
matter. We did it to our math teacher. This was 7th grade, I want to say I was in then. And yeah, my math teacher, Mr. Baker or Trueheart, one of the two, did not. No, Mr. Baker was not happy with that. I was a little
remember
pain in
all
the
that.
ass, but I
But
got
overall, Collision had its moments where it had some good stuff, and then it had some not great stuff. So,
yeah,
you
no
know.
doubt about it. And
But
that's
I will say the
typical.
Continental Classic matches they had on Collision are worth watching.
Yeah,
And, especially
I'm excited to
Kingston's
look
promo and Kingston's promo, and then Briscoe's little showdown with Garcia was really good. And then you had Chris Statlander backstage talking about what her plans are for her next opponent for the world title and all that stuff.
absolutely. And you see these guys coming out, bang, bang, gang.
Oh, yeah.
You saw you with the guns up. You're getting into it,
guns
you
up.
know? Yeah. But they get a really good reaction there, not just from the ladies. We hear the ladies nice and loud, but here, I'll turn up a bit so we can hear that. I got to be cautious with the music, but
Yeah.
great reaction there.
There was a girl sitting on the row behind us. She was she had a disability. Well, she didn't have a disability. She was she had a special needs,
Gotcha.
whatever. And she had a sign that said, "I want to see Austin Gunn." And look who she was
She
so
lucked
happy
out.
that-
Oh, I'm sure
she
she
got
must
to see
she
him.
must have went nuts then. And like you said, the
Oh,
way
she was
they
crazy, yeah.
the way they interacted here was fun. They just pushed Stokely out of the way, like you just don't matter.
Yeah.
That was
It's
beautiful.
like, get out of here.
When I watched that last night, the clip you sent me, I was dying laughing at that. I'm like, just you just shut the fuck up.
I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people don't like Juice Robinson, but I like Juice Robinson.
Nigel, yeah, I heard he's great to talk with. Paul said he met him. Yeah, a lot of the AEW talent are super kind.
Nigel, I didn't get. I wasn't that. I was closer to Don Callis and John Moxley than I was to
Jimmy.
Nigel McGuinness. So,
yeah, no doubt.
but John Moxley, I swear, he comes out there and all his little after Claudio won. Here came all the Death Riders out there to congratulate, and I'm like, oh god! And here they are. And then as soon as they all left, here came Daniel Garcia with his Death Riders music. I was like, can we please shut up with the Death Rider music?
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, I am curious to see what what happens next week? Do you know? I hope these guys eventually get the titles.
That picture right there, that picture that you're showing, well, the one that
Yeah.
had the IWGP title, that was Takeshita's belt
Yes.
that was sitting there. I was like, I want to snap a picture of that.
Yeah, it was inches in front of you, right there. It was,
Yeah, it was pretty
just
close.
yeah,
Look
right
at that
there.
thing. Look how pretty that belt
Oh, I know.
is.
That is gorgeous. You could see the shine on it, you know, from that far
Yeah.
away. I want to know what mics they use as well. Those are not SM7B
Well, I
mics.
didn't.
You should have asked the timekeeper. All right, you should have said, Tony.
I'll ask Justin Roberts.
There we go.
What
Say,
kind of mic do you use?
Into Somewhere needs to know what mics you use, because this idiot wants to get some for.
There was a little girl in the section bus on the next section over, and it was her birthday. Her birthday was yesterday, so she had a sign that said, "It's my 9th birthday. All I want is to be put on TV." And Justin Roberts saw that sign, and later in the night, he gave her he threw her some kind of gift or something. I don't know what he threw her, but he gave her something. So
Yeah. That was really nice that he did that. You know, like they're really good to their fans, and it shows. And I hope.
And then Briscoe, and then our sister had a Happy Thanksgiving sign during the Collision show, and Briscoe saw it because he was standing on the turnbuckle, and he saw it and acknowledged her there.
Yeah, it's hard, as you know, going without family now. You know, your brother's missing the holidays. It's not easy, and you know, it's been what, 2 years now.
One thing AEW does when they're in commercial breaks. Justin will get in the ring, and he'll be like looking around at everybody's sign, all that stuff, and he'll be like, you know, oh, this sign says this, and this sign says this, and all this cool stuff. And I was just like, you know, and I was amazed by how many people. It was their first AEW show ever that was there last night. I was amazed by how many people had never seen an AEW show before. That was there last night. I was like,
I do believe,
wow, there's a lot of people.
The tickets were not that expensive. 1, 2, they did a lot of advertising for this one. 3, they also did go to I know they did PR with schools and things like that. They had people going out.
Jeff Jarrett did a lot of PR as well.
So it was heavily advertised, and they were also doing a thing like, if you've never been before, tell us. You buy 2, get 1 free kind of thing. They had deals, and but that's how you make lifelong or repeat fans. And that's why I said they should be screaming from the rafters and just yelling as loud as they can. WWE's charging too much, but we deliver, like that kind of thing. They charge you twice as much for sports entertainment. We charge you half as much for wrestling, that kind of thing.
The thing is that I was standing in line waiting to get in. These people in front of us, the guy apparently won tickets off a radio show for the show. So he actually won free tickets. So, you know.
And good seats too. I mean, that's great.
It's like, you know.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, overall, it was, you know, the venue was really cool. I liked the venue. I thought it was kind of cool. The venue was small.
Very intimate, but not as small as like the 2300 is, but this is certainly an intimate affair. And I really like the layout of it.
It was very tiny. It was a smaller venue. And, you know, of course, like I said, it's a newer venue. It's only been open since February. So, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
they do a lot of concerts at that venue.
I can see them doing a residency there, honestly.
But see, the thing is, Tony Khan came out after Dynamite was over, and he was like, you know, this is our first time in this venue, and he's like, we will be back. Really cool.
Yeah, I mean, hey, hopefully. So I could see them doing a residency here if they get that kind of.
Let's see. My AEW tickets were. Let's see. How much were they? I forgot. It was like 100. Let's see. For 2 tickets, it was like $100 each.
Yeah.
So
can't go wrong with that. Absolutely. I think that's a fair price.
And
especially when you consider.
And look how close you got. You know.
That's what I'm saying. That seat, if they had WWE there, would be $6,000, and I'm not exaggerating.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
I told my brother on the way home. I was like, if we went to a WWE show and sat where we sat last night, we would have paid over way more money.
Oh, big time, no doubt about it. Like such a difference in cost. So $100 wouldn't even get you in the door at WWE now, and like the cheapest seat. And in that arena, I guarantee you, people say, "Oh, $6,000." I just was shown that YouTuber you had sent me and a few others. I spent $17,000 to go to this show. I spent $6,000 for this one. Just to go to Raw, they spent $6,900 the other day, and there was no like elite package. That was for the MSG Raw.
Yeah.
$6,900, and they were in. You know where the floor ends, and then you have like it's in the arena part seating, but it's not elevated yet.
Yeah.
So that back area seating is where they were. So they couldn't see because they're floor level with everybody
Right.
else.
Yeah.
And now they're
You know-
like 30 rows back before their section starts.
It's kind of the venue last night was the thing is I was expecting when I walked around the corner, the corner to where we were going to be sitting. Literally, the floor. You're right there at the floor seats. The floor seats are right there in front of you. It's like, boom, you're right there. And I was like, wow, we're going to be really close. Holy cow!
Yeah. And see, Cody and I were worried about copyright because we couldn't have Jake and Cody show. He said that's a no-go for whatever reason. So I was like,
Yeah.
what if we do JD's into somewhere instead of whatever this was? And he's like, no, that doesn't work still. So now we finally fixed it. It's Jake and Cody plus Liz show.
There you go.
There you go. Because you know why? I appreciate you greatly. And we have a proposition as well. I know Cody, I don't know if he mentioned it, but he wants you in an upcoming series to be our trivia game master. We need someone unbiased to see who knows more between Cody and I. We need a good competition. And who better to call it down the middle than Liz? That was his idea, not mine. So
I could probably do that whenever you guys want to do it.
Oh, yes, indeed. After Thanksgiving, we're going to go ahead and nail that down. It's going to be a fun time. He thinks he knows more than me, but I'm going to wreck that fool. Cody,
What if
you don't know.
Okay, what if I know more than both of you?
Well, that might be a possibility, but we'll see how that turns out. That's why we're making you the quiz master. But
no.
WWE has been mid, and in the sense of it's just been very safe. They're giving us their main events are very, very predictable, foregone conclusions. There's not really been many surprises. When they are trying to surprise you, it's expected, and they kind of let it out of the bag ahead of time. They're big on moments, and they lost a lot of their big storytelling. AEW had a hard year because they had to come out of Moxley destroying and killing Bryan Danielson. They suffocated him, and then they went into 8 or 9 months of this reign of terror where Moxley and the Death Riders just got heat. But they did that for so long to make the roster so desperate to beat him that at All In, Hangman is finally, out of everybody having to save him and WrestleMania 40, but for AEW, the Avengers assembled, everybody came and did what they could and put their bodies on the line. Joe was stretchered out. Ospreay was stretchered out, both legitimately, and so much more. Swerve had to go get surgery. Like, everybody was wrecked. They put themselves last and their friendship and love of the company ahead of all else. Hangman got pushed. He's the champion. Wow. And then they kept the Death Riders together, which was really weird. Like, why wouldn't you disband? You destroyed the group. They're done. You know, what more? Or at least kick Moxley out and the rest of the group. But they've kept with it.
I have a thing. I have a feeling that I think they're going to kick Moxley out eventually.
I agree. I think eventually, but it's something that probably should have at least been discussed or done.
It should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah, they should have old yellered him. They should have taken, as soon as he quit and lost the belt, they should have out back at the woodshed. And that's kind of the thing. So now we're starting to get stories again. Hangman is now chasing again because him defending the belt wasn't really catching. He beat Joe quite a few times clean, so Joe didn't seem like a credible threat anymore to him. Now he's getting help in a heel way. All right, it's something. Joe's the champ. Hangman's got to get it back. Him and Swerve team up.
From what I've seen with the Death Riders, I've noticed that they look up. They now like I guess it was. I don't know. It wasn't last night. I think it was last week's show when they all waited for Claudio to leave instead of waiting for Moxley. And I was like, Hmm. Okay. So
Yeah, they definitely do forget feuds, but they're better at remembering things that happened a while back and doing callbacks.
to be honest, I'm done with the death. I'm tired of the Death Riders music.
Everybody
So
is. Everybody's exhausted of it, and that's the thing. So
the only thing last night was it's like you have all these Death Riders in this Continental Classic.
yeah,
I understand you have to play their music. It's okay, but do you have to do it back to back?
back to back to back to back, and then you got whoever wins,
Pretty
and it's
much.
just it's that
It's like
slop
it's like
goodness.
you had Moxley and Dorada, and then you had Pac and Speedball and Daniel Garcia,
Yep,
and
I'm
I'm like,
telling
and then
you.
you had Claudio's. I actually like Claudio's music. Claudio's music's okay. The rest of them, I'm like, nah, nah.
Claudio's at least starts off well. It's a little bit more tolerable in that regard.
Yeah,
So, yeah, you have to make
but it's like,
$250,000 a year just to be a fan to afford to watch WWE at this point, because
yeah,
the way they're
pretty
doing
much.
everything, I get it. But like AEW charges you for the pay-per-views, fine. But all right, it's one a month, and sometimes a little bit further than that. It's not always a month.
Mhm.
But also, it's like the only thing that's what they're building towards has been their model. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't, change it all. They're
Well,
available more, and they kind of went a little bit cheaper than they usually. I think they went
yeah.
down by $10, but still,
I gotta. The Raw is coming to Atlanta in February next year. I was
I
like
wonder how
going,
much that costs.
ah, I don't know. I haven't even
Yeah,
looked. I'm afraid to even go. I'm afraid to even look.
I know it's so expensive, and you got to deal with the holidays. So, I bet you it would be
I'm
a
not
pretty
gonna bother
penny.
with. I don't think I'll be going to it because I probably won't be able to get a. I probably won't be able to afford to go to it. It'll probably be freaking
Way too
expensive.
expensive. I always tell people hold off unless it's like right before Mania, or like when they do like everybody shows up and they have to have their final promos, like that fun of
Well,
it.
yeah, like a go home show.
Yeah, or you have to be like right after the Rumble. Everything else in
Yeah.
between there is really slow because you know who won the Rumble or the Chamber is going to face the champions later, so they don't do
Well, see,
anything with them and
this
they
one
keep
is.
them
I think this one
separated.
is the 20. This is in the end toward the end of February, so it's
Yeah.
literally like right before Mania, right after Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, so it
I
comes
think.
after those two. And the thing is, because the Rumble's in Riyadh at the end of the month, literally last end, and then they have Chamber not long after. And so then you have all this time. I think it's like 6 weeks until Mania, because Mania is the mid of April again. So it's later on in
Yeah.
April. It's 1 week before it was last time. And then you have to have Netflix and ESPN and cable to watch WWE. So it's like there is no. You could buy HBO Go for $15
Oh no!
and
Oh,
have it for a month for
I take that
AEW.
back. Elimination Chamber is at the end of February. Literally
Okay.
at the end of February.
Yeah, so we still have all of March and then have like about 6 weeks. Yeah, like I said, to go, and that's going to be the European tour as well.
No,
Usually, or is that earlier in the year?
no. The Europe apparently all of January they're going to be in Europe.
Okay, that's it. Gotcha. So they're going to do that leading into the Saudi Rumble. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Ah, all righty.
Yeah, they're doing because I was looking at tickets because I was curious what their schedule was for January. I was like, well, I'm not going to any of those shows. They're all in Europe. So
Yeah, no, that's the thing, and because I wasn't sure when that was exactly happening.
apparently it's in January. So and then
Let's look
the
at.
Raw show in Atlanta is on the 23rd. So that's like the week of that's the go home show for the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, what date did you say it was? February what?
The 23rd of February.
Okay, Atlanta, Georgia, State Farm Arena, Monday Night Raw. Let's find tickets.
Oh God.
I'm looking them up, and I don't think I have. I know it signs in with my Ticketmaster account, so I just didn't want to show anything like sensitive, but I signed out, so we should be good. All right,
Yeah.
let's check.
You probably can't even. I
yeah,
usually
you-
go to.
You can
I usually
look,
go to
but
SeatGeek. I usually go through SeatGeek for my wrestling tickets because I can get a
Wow.
better deal.
this seat back here, all the way up and in back, is 8510. What did it say?
I,
It said something about you get 2 tickets together in this row. Select next to receive them. So it's
oh, you have to you have to get
Uh,
like 2 tickets there in that
yeah,
section. Or
that's
something.
why. So all right, let's. What are the best seats right now? Oh, 1,071. Where does that have you sit? Let's see the seat. Where is it here?
Who knows?
All
Those
right.
pre-sale tickets.
Yeah, let's see. How much is like, well, these are all like the private pre-sale. So if we wanted to sit somewhere decent, commentary's right here. If you're back behind the first 3 rows, you're not seeing shit. The timekeeper's here.
Nope.
Here's that spot that they always spear themselves through, right in here.
Yes.
So you don't want to, usually they have this kind of off. Here's where commentary is and all that.
The best place to sit would be over on
Over here, you
yeah.
get to, you have your back, they're back to you, but you're on camera. Over here is the hard cam side, so they're doing everything to you, but you're missing out on.
You know.
This is all sold out.
There's no tickets available in that area.
Yeah. Sitting over here, like along the entrance ramp, is not terrible if you're up close here or up close this way, because you want to be able to see the screen and the ring. So you either want to be on the very edge, like here. Here is I went with Danny and we sat.
If I've actually been to that arena, so I know some of a good area to sit, and the floor ain't a good one.
Yeah, no, Danny and I went to Raw in those exact same seats, and granted, it was like 2011 or 12 then, 13 even, but it was $40 a ticket. Now it's $1,053, and this is a Raw. This isn't even. I mean, this is Raw. I could see those tickets being like $250 max, not $1,053. Like, what are they charging for this one here? $381.
The last event I went to at the State Farm Arena for a wrestling show, I sat in section like 110 or 11 or one of those 100 level sections.
So if I go lowest price that isn't already in one of these pre-sale things, it's in the shitty seats over here where you see you have a right here it is. So they're putting you there. So do you see how awful that is though? Because what happens is you're not looking at the ring this way. The ring is way over here. You're looking at the stage. You see the stage completely just the side of it. You can't see the Titantron. You miss part of the pyro, and then you can only see them enter because of the way their setup is. You can only see like part of their entrance, and then you lose them when they go down if it's not an elevated ramp because of all the people. So you don't see shit, and that's the cheapest ticket. That's devastating. I used to be able to sit in section right here when I went to the Hartford, Civic Center and all that XL Center. We would get these tickets to Raw just about every time for $25 to $50. Now it's $176 each.
That's crazy.
And that's before I have, all the other rigmarole with it. So, what madness.
The thing is, I've been to I've sat on the floor for AEW more than I've never sat on the floor for WWE. So
I've only sat on the floor. I've sat twice on the floor. No, 3 times altogether. Never like leaning over the barricade, but we had the tickets to SmackDown. We were right towards the edge of it, which was cool. Unfortunately, we got the worst SmackDown of like the entire Mania season. The only person we saw of note there was Jade Cargill's debut.
Well, see the seats that we had for Bad Blood, which is in the State Farm Arena.
Yeah.
Those seats we had for Bad Blood, that's where I'd sit for Raw.
See, that's great. And I'm never one to look like a gift horse in the mouth. We were so happy to be there. It was just, I felt bad because, we got everybody with us and like, oh, it's going to be so great. And there was nobody there pretty much. And the week before and the week after, this was all right in front of Mania 40. So the week before you had The Rock and, Cody going back and forth. And then the week after you had everybody there, Drew, Seth, Cody, Rock, just all the people. And then you had all the women's, you had Rhea, you had Liv, you had so on and so forth. For us, it was like, we got Jade. LA Knight's going to dress up as a cameraman, poor guy.
Yeah.
So you win, you lose, but it's always like when you get the best seats, you don't get the best show. At least last night, you got a great show. I bring it all back.
We had a good show.
Excellent show.
I knew it was going to be. I had a feeling it was going to be a good show, but
And speaking of excellent show, this has been an excellent show. Thank you so much for everything. I'm really, really happy that you had such a great time, and then you brought us all of these great photos and videos. I appreciate it. I can't say it enough. Thank you for being our woman on the inside. What I need you to do, though, is tell everybody, please, where they could find you.
All right. If you guys, I stream on Twitch. You can find me there. at DJ Anime 2016. We'll be doing a birthday stream here in a few weeks. No, let's see.
Yeah, a couple
Well,
weeks.
let's see,
It's
a few weeks now.
not this upcoming Monday. It'll be the
Not
Monday
this coming Monday,
after.
but the following Monday, yeah. So.
Exactly.
But yeah,
So
I'll be playing some game. I don't know what yet, but we'll be playing something on that night. So.
yes, indeed, you're at 924 followers. We're trying to get her up to 1,000. So let's go ahead and make sure that happens. Give her a follow. I'm subbed over there. You should be too. DJ Anime 2016 on Twitch. And you can check out her clips and highlights on YouTube as well under the same name.
Oh yeah, it's all you can follow me on YouTube at the same under the same name.
I should have had that up for you sooner. I apologize. Look at how unprofessional I am. For us,
Right,
you can
it's all
find
good.
everybody else in the description box down below. Liz actually has gaming content, unlike my other co-host who needs to get some put up. I'm telling him. Until then, thank you all.
Cody
He needs
thinks
it.
he's a better gamer. I'm like,
Right.
really? Who has the gaming content?
He thinks he's the better gamer. That's the ploy of it. So don't let him fool you. Well, until then, we'll be back later on tonight with a short Into Somewhere Leftovers recap. We hope to see you all then. But for myself and Liz, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are all properly
Happy Thanksgiving
stuffed.
to everybody.
Yeah.
Enjoy your turkey.
Eat up. And as always, stay
Gobble,
sexy.
gobble.